With the advent of the new year, very little seemed to change. Yet, during a Fate New Year's Eve livestream, it was announced that after 2 decades since the original release, the visual novel Tsukihime would get a remake for the PS4 and Switch. For visual novels, this is kind of like a rite of passage. They often release at Comiket, sell out their stock, and then that's it. And although they did do a few re-releases, adding extra content, it was always going to be kind of limited due to distribution in the early 2000s. But now, it's getting a second chance. Since Tsukihime, Type Moon has grown exponentially. They released Fate Stay Night and that just ballooned. Remakes, ports, adaptations. Just last year, Ufotable finished adapting the Heaven's Feel route into anime films, and Fate Grand Order is one of the biggest mobile games in the world, claiming several of its own adaptations. In 2008, Type Moon announced that they would be creating a remake of Tsukihime, but at that point, they were just getting into Fate fever. It almost felt weird seeing Tsukihime characters appear in 2011's Carnival Phantasm because it just felt like they were the furthest thing in Type Moon's mind at the time. Kinoko Nasu is perhaps one of the biggest writers in Japan today in terms of how many people consume his work, being the lead writer of Fate Grand Order, and so everything else has kind of fell by the wayside, with Tsukihime in particular becoming a kind of meme for many years. When Tsukihime celebrated its 20th anniversary, fans felt kind of bitter and forgotten, up until this surprise announcement. Of course, Kinoko Nasu would be returning to write it, although not necessarily with the exact same story as before. It would also be the first time Type Moon releases a visual novel with voice acting from the very onset. And for those wondering if Tsukihime would get treated the same as the Fate series, then yes, Ufotable will be returning to create the opening, just like they did for Fate Stay Night Rail to Nua. It's unknown if this is going to unleash a Pandora's box full of Tsukihime stuff like what happened to Fate, since this will be its second chance at the limelight, and it gives Natsu the opportunity to revise some of his decisions in the original visual novel. I'm sure there are people who would like to see a better attempt at an anime adaptation than JC Staff's release in 2003, and Ufotable don't have any more Fate Stay Night to work on. One thing is true: Japanese media is rarely lonely. That is to say, these days everything's a mixed media project. There's always more than just a game, or more than just an anime. Let's see if there's any chance of 2021 being the age of Tsukihime. Thanks for watching OTAQUEST in Japan. Feel free to subscribe to find out more about the art and creation of Japanese pop culture.